I love playing these role-playing games with my friends. It's so much fun. Something feels so off. What is it? What? Something felt wrong about tonight. There was like something was missing.
Eyes on the road.
This is the camera's off here. I'm looking forward. What was wrong? What was missing? Oh. So, and there was it sounded like that classic Disturbed song, Sound of Silence. Oh right, Dan was not talking. Wow, I've never heard that before. I've never been on this stream and gone more than like 70 seconds without hearing Dan scream something stupid as fuck at the top of his lungs. Wow. Wow. Does he hate me? Dan hates me now. That's what it must be. Wow. Is that accurate, Aaron?
Up until the end, yeah.
Hi everyone, and welcome to Topflight Tales. Dan, I did go live, like, really.
I know. I saw it in the corner of my eye. I was like, right, perfect. I'm gonna keep going.
It's like we should figure.
Because I don't shut the fuck up.
Amen. How's everyone doing tonight?
I'm good.
Glad to hear. Sure. So you may notice we are down a few players. One is a player we knew would be missing. The other is a player who unfortunately is missing somewhat last minute, and our thoughts are with both of them. Everything's fine, but obnoxious for one of them. So hopefully we'll be able to have a normal session. I'm gonna say, however, that the energy that is happening right now is weird. This feels very Monday, but like not the recent kind of Monday where we've honestly, so you know what, it feels like it's Monday energy with a Sunday intro.
I don't know what that is. I've never seen a Sunday in my life, so
you watched one Here We Dragons because you loved it, but you watched
I watched the very first Here We Dragons and it was great.
I've gotten very, very good at doing very, very bad intros on Here We Dragons. The trick is to start talking and not know what kind of dragon pun I'm about to make.
Have you ever used Dragon D's nuts?
No, I've definitely used dragon. I've used like
Aaron loved that one.
I actually, I'll go ahead and tell you this. The one that this actually really like bothered me because I felt like I made a big mistake. Is I said, "Quit dragging my heart around."
Mm-hmm.
And then Anna was like, "It's stop dragging my heart around."
It is stop dragging. I was about to say that, and
I was really mad that I was wrong, that I said the wrong lyric.
Tom Petty's rolling in his grave.
And Stevie Nicks is rolling in
her bed.
Oven.
You don't think he was cremated?
I don't know.
Tom Petty?
I'll Google this right now.
Petty cremated.
He was buried at it said, the first thing is, Tom Petty buried at famous cemetery and private funeral service.
Yeah, but it says on Find a Grave, it says cremated. Find a Grave.
I'm sorry, on what, Philip? On what resource do you have at hand?
Find a Grave? You guys know about my Find a Grave account?
This says that.
He was interred. The ashes were interred.
You can inter remains. Obviously, we all know remains.
Guys, hey, listen, if there's one thing we, all avid subscribers to findagrave.com, are aware of, one can inter remains.
Yeah.
And for the record, inter is different than enter. Enter is when you go into something, so you think that would be inter. Like, I'm going inter.
And that's not to be confused with I'm going into her.
Dan? We were all there. You didn't have, like, you spelled it out.
No. I like to spell it out.
Oh, that's fair.
It's not funny. A joke's not funny unless you explain why it's funny.
Okay.
Now I get it.
Wow. This one today.com article has a bunch of links to Instagram posts that are no longer available, so that's not helpful.
Quit dragging my heart around. Oh, boom, boom. It's because it's quit. Get it? Because I said it wrong. On this past Sunday.
You know what, Philip? You should stop smoking.
Okay. Well. thank you all for being here tonight. We
So like just
appreciate
one
you.
article is using the word burial.
Cool. Listen, I'm not.
And you can bury remains. I just don't.
I'm an avid subscriber to findagrave.com. Doesn't mean I think it's accurate.
Wait, the TMZ article is going to be the most accurate.
That well.
I
I kind of like that this is how we're opening.
I don't know. I think I'm willing to let the jury rest with he was cremated and the remains were buried.
Okay.
Or are otherwise interred.
Somebody entered his remains.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Oh yeah, they did.
Insert
It's
free
so
fallen
dusty.
joke. Yeah. That's the objectionable part. So, everyone, thank you for being here. There is a lot going on in this game. Last week, in issue number 8, I did a fun thing that KJ hated with so much passion, in which I have said to KJ, have all dice handy just in case. And KJ says, I refuse to do that. I want to know what I'm playing. And I said, got it. And I said, so go ahead. And I said, we're gonna start. It's gonna be we're gonna do Meridian. We're gonna start with the Meridian. KJ said, okay, got the Meridian dice out. And then I said, cool. Our prologue will be with Topflight West. So go ahead and get your Topflight West dice. KJ didn't care for that. And then the joke was the prologue was most of the episode.
That's cool.
Yep. And unusual. And
No, that was pretty usual for Philip.
last week, both KJ and Sierra had to take an inhaler break because of being frustrated by things that were being said. So, well, actually, Sierra was just laughing, but yeah.
Yeah.
So I feel like I might have crossed some lines, be they state or otherwise. I will, however, say the following on KJ's behalf.
Did you get her lunch the next day?
No, actually.
Still or lunch?
I owe her a lunch. But I'm also going to do the following. So, yesterday, the votes for the Dreamlands was a dead heat. Dead heat between the old option and the new one. Today, suddenly Many Far Wiser Than We has just rushed forward. KJ was supporting the other. KJ was supporting the Uproad Evans, what was it called? The Uproad Evans Folklore Index, which is abbreviated very weird because it's the Welsh. You know that in Welsh, the equivalent of like Mick, like MC, is a capital A and a lowercase p.
No.
Yeah.
I stopped listening.
So you say things like, and that is the origin of certain words, like the last name Price is a derivation of, because Rhys is a very common name in Wales. So the son of Rhys is Apris, and that turned into the British name Price, like the last name. Similarly, Pritchard is Aprichard, son of Richard.
So to be Rhys Apris?
If your
Or
name
Rhys
was
is a
Rhys,
priestess?
if you were Rhys, son of Priest, you'd be Rhys Apris, yeah. The point being that it made the abbreviations funny, because when they were saying how should I was like, well, technically you would put that, and then you'd put the lowercase p. They said, we hate it, but we'll do it. So they are. Point being, that's the one KJ was supporting, was the new one, the Folklore Index. And KJ would have made an impassioned plea, as happened last week, to support that one if people are able to do so. So.
Oh, did I vote on KJ's side last time when you texted about for whatever vote you guys had last time?
You didn't vote on my side, that's for damn sure.
Thank God.
No.
Hey.
No. Your vote was the correct one because it split the vote.
Oh, yes. Oh, in last week, yes, you tied it up.
Yeah.
I believe that you were voting. I can't remember if you were voting.
I think you were voting
KJ's
against.
or
I think I was with KJ, so I think you were voting against KJ.
Oh, I feel so torn. Okay.
Okay, Natalie and Bruglia.
What you were voting for was whether or not it was when Meridian. Oh yeah, I'll recap it so you know. So basically, last week, Topflight West kind of basically had to disclose to the members of Top Flight East, everything that was going on, which led to a real schism between the group. And in the end, ultimately it was Ice Queen, kind of fun. Though the main tension was between Shinobi Red and Ghost Man. Ultimately, Ice Queen came out and said, she's gone to rescue Tatiana Temple. The team there said, we can't abide this. Shinobi Red said, I'm on their side, I need to go stop her. You know, we have to stop Meridian from bringing Tatiana Temple back. It's too dangerous. So they all hopped into top sauce, flew across the galaxy. Meanwhile, Meridian made it to the, I forgot it was called Futura Station, by the way. That's the base of Team Tomorrow. So they got to the Futura Station, which was infested with bats. Infested with baits. Nope. Infested with bats. I got to it. I'm glad you liked that, though. I was happy with that. So basically, they got there. They said, yes, you can go. The Magma Knot, she even said, I will take you through this sort of into another dimension, because they have their interdimensional bathysphere. So they started going out in a stealthy necro ship, and Meridian said some comment of how this made her feel close to Ghostman because it also plays on the Veil, and then everybody in chat and in the game was like, she's got it bad. This is a problem.
Damn bad.
And then, as they traversed, Top Sauce appeared right in front of them. And the choice was for Meridian to say, do we... Actually, I believe you ultimately were on the side that won your vote. The choice was, does Meridian say, go now, rush, like we can't, they're going to try to stop us? Or does Meridian say, let's talk? And I believe KJ said, we should talk. She would not try to rush. But instead, what won the vote was Meridian saying, punch it. And that's what happened. And that's where we ended. So there's about to be battle between heroes, which is all I've ever wanted. And all comic book readers have ever wanted. Oh, so, because there's all Marvel team-ups. No, first they fight, then they team up.
I've never been on a team. I don't know
Never been on a team.
what that's like.
I was never given a name. Well, so that's what happened last week. But 2 weeks ago, our heroes of Neonflight were up to something altogether different in a if not the future. They went to a bar. Oh well, first of all, you helped a banking bot find the digital afterlife. They then went to a bar that was called Error 404. They chatted with Tatiana's contact interwebs, and then Mechadinosaurian to sort of get out of there when things went bad, caved the ceiling in on them. But whatever. Baroness started to use her eyeballs to catch it. It was all fine. You guys escaped and learned that in Cyber Layer 1337. Ooh, get it? Oh dear. There is an angel whom G Syndicate have hired, presumably to watch after this sword, to prevent it from sort of, prevent it from just having any hellish stuff on its own. Interwebs, that was the contact, I think, said that there's champagne, caviar, and attractive dancers have all been sent in weird numbers to Cyber Layer 1337. And the rumor is it's an angel is in there. And that was good enough for Tatiana. Tatiana was also drinking a cocktail called a Chalamet, which she didn't care for. And basically that's where we sort of left off. So, with a smaller group here, I think we are going to do some Neonflight. But Dan has made a request. Dan has requested that we still roll to see if we do a new game. So, we're actually going to do that, Dan, but perhaps not in the way you're thinking. So here's what's going to happen. And you wanted more than 13 to be the possibility of a new game. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Dan, please roll a d13. 13 is still going to be special, but there's more opportunities beyond it.
9.
9, unfortunately,
Not special enough.
is not special enough. What's the Incredibles thing? If everyone's special, no one is. Isn't that like a repeated line in that movie that doesn't
I
quite
think
make
so.
sense?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it in a minute.
Syndrome. That's the bad guy's name. So,
Voiced by Jason Lee.
voiced by Jason Lee. My name is Earl. God, what a show of a different era. What a high concept show of a different kind of NBC. Not a bad kind of NBC. I'm not sitting here saying it's a bad kind of NBC. I remember that the pilot of that show, Jamie Presley was like, she's
So
trying
hot.
to, well, yes, but
Sorry.
also she is so good. She is trying to kill him. And it is live action Looney Tunes, that whole pilot, because he just inherited this money, and like I guess they're still married. So she's like, well, if he dies, I get all that money. And she's like shooting like flame arrows at him, and like they just barely miss him, and he's like, oh, all right, walk on. And she's like, rats.
Yeah.
Oh man. Sophia says you have important priorities. I assume because you said so hot.
Thank you.
That's my guess as to why. With all of that in mind, I am going to give, and we'll have a tie vote. If you don't want to be the decider, just
100%.
preemptively raise one or two fingers.
Right now, before you say anything?
Yeah, if you want to before I say it, or you can say it.
Aaron,
before
do you really want to be a member of an uninformed electorate?
For this game with you, yes.
So, for
Very
our prologue for tonight, option 1.
Don't look.
I won't look. I'm just trying to think of what the hell they could possibly be. Oh, I know. Option 1. An abandoned Fiat base. Option 2.
In 2167 or whatever it is?
Yes. Option 2. The castle of Tatiana Temple. Dan votes 1.
Ooh. So I have the what it picks then. Okay, so
Ed, did you already vote?
Mm-hmm.
You voted 2?
yeah.
You voted 2?
Yes, you voted too.
Pierce, you pick?
And Pierce,
Yeah,
vote with your heart, because I did not.
Because somebody better.
just so I'm clear, Philip. This is not like last week where we're checking in on any of the other ones of this. These are both contemporary to our current game.
Correct, Amundo. 2167. That is the year.
Wow, I was so good. Wow.
You got it 100%. Well done.
Nailed it.
I actually, you know what? I'm going to go with 1.
A
I'm
Fiat.
intrigued by that, and I also feel bad going to Tatiana Temple's castle without KJ around.
I can appreciate that. Would Dan, because of your opportunities and your such, would you please roll a D13?
Ooh, baby. Six.
6, okay. Perfect. All right, great. So, in an abandoned Fiat station.
Oh no.
Wait, what do you think's about to happen?
I don't know. You do this, and then I'll say if it's related to what I thought it was.
There, it's like we're in like a dark, like abandoned kind of old-fashioned thing. Suddenly, a hole is cut into the wall by like a blowtorch, the way that happens in movies, where it's like, and a giant, sort of metal panel falls in. Through the hole steps a silent, stealthy figure, made entirely of metal. This is Shinobi Steel. Following behind Shinobi Steel is a figure in a purple robe. Shinobi Steel, in a sort of metallic voice, says, "Are you sure that we needed to leave the rest of the team and come here. Whoever's under this purple robe replies, yes. It's imperative. Whatever. But I have received multiple alerts from Tatiana Temple. I promise this mission is more important. They creep through. An automated defense system activates, starting to shoot, laser blasts at them. Shinobi Steel reaches up, cuts it down. The other figure just kind of moves to the side, being quiet, being sort of careful. They get further in. Shinobi Steel says, I can't understand how after all this time this could possibly matter. Just quiet. I promise. Everything that G-Sin's been up to lately, the key to it is this. Shinobi Steel says, fine. I just know that the original me would think this was a big mistake. They go deeper into the area and find a cache of strange tubes still with low power on them.
How many?
Uh,
Okay, the fact that you didn't have an answer right there tells me all I need to know.
A certain number of them. The purple figure goes to one of them. A gloved hand goes off and wipes some condensation off. And within this cooling tube is a handsome, if obnoxious, looking guy with a very clear Boston face. There's no other way to say it. The purple figure says, it's him. And Shinobi Steel says, and you're sure that this is the key? You're sure that we have to rescue this Dustin Howell? Whew. The cloak goes back to reveal a still youthful, but with a sort of mystical, almost fae-like magical energy, perhaps explaining why she still looks so young. This formation. This version of V, who wears a purple robe and has dyed her hair red. And she says, yes, we have to rescue him. He gave me Eldritch Blast. Ha ha!
Yeah, Sophia, no, that's what I was thinking as soon as you had me roll a d13.
Was that you thought what?
Maisie V.
Oh, that is a Maisie V, yeah. That's what
Yeah,
it
yeah.
was. Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you think it was going to be before?
When you had me roll the d13, that's what I thought it was going to be.
No. When I started describing it, you said, what? Like, you said something before I even started talking.
I don't remember when that was and what I was responding to.
Fair enough. I think it was like, it's a dark... honestly, I was confused because whatever I said wasn't that evocative. I was like, there's like a dark, abandoned space. And you went... And I was like, what? Okay, cool. So,
I don't remember.
Tatiana Temple, Baroness Darkness, and Synth Devil, or, I'm so sorry, Captain Heldridge, have sort of led the team to Cyber Lair 1337. Frankie, Ghost Woman, the good Dr. Armament, and Mecha Dinosaurian, aka, you want to remind everybody of your real name, your secret identity name?
I believe it is Eddie Tempo.
It's Eddie
right?
Tempo. I was
That's right.
very happy with Eddie Tempo.
Yeah, Eddie
when
Tempo.
I was just running his eyes like, ha, Eddie Tempo.
I believe I spent one neon last time. Would I have gotten that back, or are we still kind of?
Yeah,
Okay,
go ahead and get
we
your
went
neon.
straight from. Okay.
Yeah, I honestly forget how neon is improved.
I don't remember if this one refills at the
No,
beginning
you
of every
regain one
session.
neon per hour. Yes, cool.
Per hour. Okay.
Yeah, it's like power in that sense. Okay, cool. Okay, so you guys have made it to Cyber Lair 1337. Now, this Cyber Lair, unlike some of the others, is fairly well defended. it is in a sort of, this is in clear G Syndicate territory. So you see a lot of G Syndicate punks are sort of, walking around. You're not going to find much of a Corbo Rat presence here, Mechadinosaurian, which can be a good thing, but it also means you're going to find the Syndicate punks, the Sin punks, the Sipun, and
The spunks.
the Spunky Spunks. So, I like the idea that in the future that lost its other meaning, so everyone just is saying that all the time. So yes. So, as you guys are sort of casing the area, tell you what, anyone who'd like to could give me either a look or an analyze, but I will need at least one of each from you as a group.
I can do a look.
Okay.
I can
saw-
do. I've got at least 1 point analyzed, but
Okay.
so I can do that.
And remember, for this, if you're doing look, I will need it from vitality. If you're doing analyze, you will also add your intellect to the analyze. And to look, you'll add your vitality. So as we recall, for this system, you roll a d10, you add one of your colorful boxes at the top. If you're doing look, it'll be vitality. If you're doing the intellect, it'll be your intellect for the analyze, and then you'll add your modifier for that skill if you have one. And you'll
Dice explode, right? Roll
Yes,
a 10?
if you roll a 10, it explodes.
I rolled a 10.
Congratulations. If you roll
And
a
that's an
1,
8.
it de-splodes. Why explodes?
Implodes, I believe, is how they refer to it.
I'd rather it be Y explodes because it's after X. Z explodes?
My look is 31.
Your look is 31. That's a
Yeah,
really
because
big
10
number.
plus 8 plus 4 plus 9.
1 plus 2 plus 1 plus 4, 10.
10 plus 8 plus 4. Was 9 the second roll on the D10?
No, 8 was.
Oh man, nice. All right, so very good, Armament. Armament is able to give the Mechadinosaurian incredibly, like, Armament, even though this isn't your world, you're just up there kind of, honestly, it's probably because the journeyer is helping. So between the two of you, you're telling them exactly how many magics away everything is, and it's like, it's like this, the perfect layout of how everything is. Mechadinosaurian. So actually, this means Mechadinosaurian. We will lower the difficulty of yours in that case. So, what is your analyze?
I got a 16.
16, great. Already a good result, but because of the perfect intel from Armament and the Journeyer, you guys know that you can see a very clear, though it is just kind of like random, like Cyber Layer 1337 is supposed to be for the higher up, so that means a lot of lower level G-Syn punks like to go out and try to be seen there. So there's a bunch of people playing crazy music and they really congregate in the area. So it's harder to get in, but that does mean that certain areas of it are only visited by dedicated patrols, and the dedicated patrols often get tied up with them. So they're not as regular, and there are long periods of time where you guys could sneak in through a side entrance. If you,
I mean, also,
yeah, go ahead.
Mechadinosaurian, is there a way that I assume deliveries or people going in and out, could we I don't know how the net works here, and I have a good idea, but could we attach some kind of virus or something that once it gets in infiltrates our system and shuts down things before we go in?
Depends on how guarded they are. Chances are, if it's any sort of valuable thing, there'll be security, and I might have to do it from within their network. It depends on sort of what the architecture they've built for their net.
People air gap things still?
A lot of times, if they want it to be secure, yeah. Bury it deep. Keep it safe,
Yeah.
But I guess to you, Philip, would I, with this place, this isn't really, I mean, I guess this is a hangout of some note.
Yeah.
Is there an area around where I could kind of stick a horn in and probe around?
Absolutely. Go ahead and give me, for this, you will use, your horn is its own. You have your own thing for that, right?
I mean, as an attack, yes, but I think just...
No, I think we'll use... Okay, cool. So, tell you what, you can use your, This is you're really good at Oshiro Prescott systems, not so much at G Syndicate systems. But I'll say because you generally know the underlying architecture, I'll give you half of that, so you'll have 2 on this. Your use computers is 5, so we'll bump you to a 7, and I will let you do an intellect. So you got 7 and 6, and then roll a d10.
Okay. 18.
Oh, and remember, friends, you do technically have hero dice for this system as well.
Oh,
So don't
right.
forget. You didn't forget.
Thank you.
You're amazing.
Um,
Although I think, are you missing one?
hang on. Then hang on. I'm just gonna
You also get stat.
just see here real quick. You know what? Tell you. So that I remember, I'm going to use the D4 right now to reroll.
Love it.
And that was a 3, so it's gone.
It's
Okay,
gone,
and we
but
reroll 1 point better, so we get to a 19.
a 19. I will say that with a 19 is kind of going to be a good result, but kind of a tantalizing. In fact, people should use the following. We should all use this one because it literally is that. So basically, you Mechadinosaurian, I will say that though you have failed to find a way in, you don't tip off that you're there, but sure enough, kind of the air gapping, and I mean it does make sense. A cyber layer is going to have some good stuff. So you're basically seeing like there's no way to brute force your way in. However, I will say that with a 19. There is one bit of code that you're able to kind of look at, unscramble safely outside of the system. And you do see that in 10 minutes, a delivery is coming through of high-end food, beverages, and dancers.
Armin, I'm not able to crack the system from out in here. I have to sort of make my way inside, most likely. But I did sort of uncover a delivery schedule. Looks like in about 10 minutes, they're getting a new delivery of food, beverages, and dancers in odd numbers. But I don't think I can slip in there. I'm a little noticeable.
I mean,
But
could I
perhaps-
think I could make the Guardian change its form and get it on there? Hitch a ride in and dig into the system?
Oh,
What kind of dancers?
you know, what kind of
It
dancers?
appears kind of like of the sort
like
of
go-go dancers or more
well,
explicit?
this is not, so this isn't like the usual crew. This is like a special order. That's why it's like,
Yeah.
oh, weird. This is like just supposed to be some sensual, a feast for the eyes.
I'm
Somewhere between go-go and belly.
okay. I mean,
Wait, do either of you?
no, I don't
Um,
dance.
No, but do you? I mean, I don't know the limits of your suit nor your spectral power, your specter powers, Ghost Woman. But can either of you just cloak? Could either of you just go invisible in some sort of way? And
Fernando will tell you. He'll say, Frankie, you could actually cloak yourself. It's a little harder to cloak others, but you can certainly get in there sort of intangibly if you really wanted to.
As far as I know, my suit doesn't really change color, just physical orientation. But
What about your belly dancing skills?
I don't have any of those.
those days are behind me.
Tatiana will say, I never dance, darling. It's below me. Captain Heldred will say,
Didn't you?
I do dance. Very well.
Yeah, I remember seeing you foxtrot around.
I've occasionally burned my partners. There was
Literally
this
or
woman called the
metaphorically.
Hoboken Witch who would always ask me to dance with her, but I tried not to. She was
I'm looking at Frankie and I'm just like,
she was a lot. Baron is starting to like, I love dancing. Do you guys see me dancing on the floor?
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, basically, Fernando's saying you could certainly sneak in. It would be hard for you to do, but you might even be able to face, people in with you. But so the options that you've seen is there's going to be a time where theoretically you could sneak in there, but it may be a hard thing to pretend that you are these dancers. Mm-hmm. Certainly, Mechadinosaurian, hard ask for you. To simply sneak in through a side door would require some good hacking by Mechadinosaurian at that point to keep you guys from being seen going through. Perhaps Ghost Woman could phase people through, but that would require a good bit of neon from you to do.
Well, I mean, would it be possible for Mechadinosaurian to give some kind of thing for the Journeyer to sneak in and slice in, because the Journeyer is smaller and can change its shape?
Sure. Or you could potentially hack into the Journeyer, yeah.
Yeah, we can kind of do this multi-pronged, right? We can send Journeyer in, and I can give them a bit of code.
That's funny because you have 3 horns.
Yes. And Frankie, if you wanted to go in that way, that would be an option for you, but you don't have to. And then Armament, you and I not necessarily having as stealthy, I could try to get us in through a side door. Maybe if Journeyer or Frankie creates some sort of distraction.
I think if we can get in and just have something hacking into the system, then we could just sneak in without the system knowing we're there, right?
Right. And then you and I, and if something goes wrong, you and I are next to an entrance, easy enough to sort of be a backup. To get either just Journeyer but again, Ghostwoman, this is just more of a, you could also, if you were able to get in there, you could come just sort of let us in, but I don't want to,
would it require me to learn about, okay.
No, I mean, I'm sure.
So Mechadinosaurian, if you were going to try to kind of input some code into the Journeyer, manipulate it somehow, I'm gonna say that I would like for you in this case, this is going to be less about. No, I'll let you use computers. That's fine. But I think I'm going to have this be will rather than intellect, because this is going to require a lot more creativity. You're using you're using a system that isn't even antiquated. It's it's alien, basically.
Sure.
This is, the Armament's Guardian and the Journeyer. It's this ancient technology from some pre-human civilization on Earth, as far as Armament can figure. And it hasn't been on this Earth for many years. So yeah.
Sure.
So go ahead and give me a roll combining those two.
Great. I'm gonna hack the roll.
Gotta hack it.
Hey, it's a 6.
Hey, you get to hack forever, baby.
Okay, I keep that and roll. It's a 10, so I roll again.
You do roll again.
Okay, so that's 23.
23, a very good roll. So. You basically do give your sort of it's you realize that you can ask, and this will also involve some trial and error talking to Armament, but basically in Armament you can put this wherever you want, is how I'm going to preface this very interesting sort of sentence. But basically, Mechadinosaurian can jack into you, and therefore control the Journeyer through you. So whatever if you want to give him a jack point in your hand. If you want him to jack into your hand, jack into your guys, make whatever jokes we want to about this. The point is, he's gonna jack straight into you.
Yeah, I mean, something will open up on my forearm, where Buzz Lightyear's laser is.
Yeah,
yeah.
Cool. Okay. So
works for me.
Armament to Star Command. Come in, Star Command.
Sad, strange little man. All right, so Armament, as you sort of give him a control port, and Mechadinosaurian, You go there, and it's interesting because Armin, you will like it's sort of like you're both in control of the journey at this point, but Mechadinosaurian is kind of in the pilot seat.
Like the student driver of cars.
That's what I was about to say. Yes, excellent. I kind of wish I'd said it now because now it sounds like I'm just damn it. It's just
Now you have to give credit to a woman, and we know how much you hate that, Philip.
I just have to. I have to take credit for anything that girls say.
Yeah, that's so true.
So, while they prepare to do this, are you going to sneak in on your own, as they were sort of suggesting?
Well, if I am not able to, if I don't know the cyber networks, would it be beneficial for me to go in? Even.
Well, you could just sort of surveil, right? You could see what's going on in there and
Take notes.
and just take notes on who's in there,
Yes,
what is
Kyle.
happening,
Take notes, precisely.
reconnaissance.
Oh, I definitely think I should do this.
Okay. Great. So, as you guys sort of prepare, you see a like luxury hover car coming to the side, and many of the lower level thugs are like pushing to the side. Security's trying to move them so whoever can go in. I'm gonna say, Frankie, you're gonna go in first, and then I'm gonna have you guys try to sneak the journeyer in thereafter. Alrighty. As you try to do your sort of intangibility and stuff, this is going to cost to go both intangible and invisible, to go full ghost. This is going to cost you 5 power,
Full ghost.
and you're going to do a
Full on spooky.
You're going to do a magic of the veil. This will be with your will, so that's going to be, you're going to add at 14. We're gonna dock you 5 power for using it. Would you like to use any of your dice? I would recommend potentially.
Yeah, could I do 4 after?
You can do a bunch. You can do as many as you want after on the supercharge. I might recommend doing the hack the roll to start with, though, because that's the one you have to do before. If you want to increase your chance of getting to double up.
I don't want to do that.
Love it. All right, let's do it. So make your D10 roll. Believe in the heart of the cards. Didn't need to hack it. Rolled a 10.
Oh, there you go.
Wow.
This time rolled a 1, but you're not punished for that, so that's good. So 11 plus 14 is 25.
Pretty solid.
Do you want to add additional dice to that for this one, or you want to save that for later? 25 is pretty solid.
I would like to save it.
Love it. All right, so basically, you guys see Frankie sort of and Fernando's like, all right, so you're kind of getting the hang of this, so I'm just going to say, the way I would usually just is kind of breathe in and just kind of feel, kind of let yourself get cold. Remember that you basically did die earlier, so you're a ghost anyway. Yeah, that's the feeling. And then suddenly you guys do see Frankie just kind of flutter out. And now at this point, yes, you can just kind of...
Could I ask him to lightly hum a song while I'm doing this, just so I know he's there?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
All right.
You
Sorry.
want him to lightly hum a song?
Are you
He'll
gonna?
He says, "Do you want a ghostly song or like a normal song?"
If it's like a sweet ghostly song, then that's fine.
Okay.
Maybe not scary.
Understood.
Swinging on a star?
Casper, the friendly ghost, the friendliest ghost you know. Casper, the friendly ghost, the friendliest ghost.
Well, it's making me blush.
Okay, cool. Okay, so you guys, she's gone. Tati Temple goes, well, I hope she doesn't die in there, but I think it's plausible. Synth Devil says, no,
It's always possible.
she'll be fine.
You mean Captain Heldridge?
Excuse me, sorry. Around you, I'm going by my old name, but I totally am Captain Heldridge now. Look at my cape. It's different but cool. So, all right, at this point, meanwhile, the car pulls up outside, the hover car, and a few sort of dancer types get out, as well as like a delivery person with like a cart. And the dancers walk in, and the security people are checking them. So if you're going to have the sweet little Journeyer try to fly in there. At this point, the first roll of this will be, it's going to be all armament, baby. It's going to be coordination and Journeyer.
Coordination and Journeyer.
You got, so
right.
that'll be a 12. It's kind of, yeah.
That's a 10.
A 10?
That's a 7. So,
29?
29. Yeah.
29, baby. And as you go down, just the journey, you're just kind of like, you do like a barrel roll. You do a perfect little barrel roll, and the journeyer just like goes right into that sort of cart that's being pushed in with some food. They look the cart over. You've just kind of got the journeyer like shifting around so they never see it. And suddenly the journeyer is inside, and so is Ghostman, and so is part of Mechadinosaurian into part of Armament's armor. So yeah, you're in. You don't need to roll again with a roll of 29 to sort of get the journeyer then away from that cart. But I will say that Armament, no roll required to see it. In Mechadinosaurian, you're sort of seeing this too. You see that there is there seems to be like a penthouse level in this place. And you guys from outside can see that there is the whole thing is like blacked out, it's like windows where people can see out, but you guys can't see in, and they're, super armored and shielded and all that stuff. But you see that these dancers and this cart are being taken to an elevator heading up there. So you see the elevator, you see the elevator that goes up to that sort of level, but you can roll the journeyer away.
Oh, how connected are you to the journeyer armament? How much do you perceive through it?
As much or as little as I want to.
Excellent. That's going to be all right. Then I'm not going to bother trying to hack into any kind of security feed to keep eyes on them if you can see through it.
Yeah.
But I'll start looking for our sort of side entrance slash.
You guys,
and just sort of
you guys can
ready
easily find your side entrance. The one that is sort of closest to where you are. I guess we'll say that the whole team will go in with you, just for the sake of fun or whatever. I was considering maybe saying we'll stand out here on guard, but that's silly. Realistically, they'd all go in. If you guys haven't, if you think you're going to be able to get a door open.
I thought you were just like hand waving all of this, and you were just letting us walk in already. I forgot you're controlling 6 other people right now.
Well, that's please, only 3. So as you guys you get to that door, Armament kind of continuing to keep the journeyer just nice and stealthy and sort of gliding in. Sure enough, you are now at that door. So Mechadinosaurian, this is about to be your time, but meanwhile, Frankie, you have entered. And I'll even say that because you sort of knew to look out for it, you do see the journeyer kind of very quietly moving away from some people. You see some dancers. They are... I'll tell you what. I'd like you to do... I'd like Frankie to make a... You're gonna add your photography to this. And your compose creates, so it'll be 9 plus. You add 18. Actually, this is a real. You're gonna do fine on this no matter what. Roll this. Basically, this is you sizing up those dancers. This is are they hot? Are they Jamie Presley hot? Wait. It's not gonna be your will. It's gonna be luck. We're gonna take 2 off of it. Okay, so it's 16. Go for it. 22. They're not Jamie Presley hot, but they're very hot. Hot bodies. Okay, cool. But then you see their journeyer is kind of coming over to this side door, and you do notice that there is a guard near the door, but as the journeyer gets over there, the guard is like continuing to patrol around. So right now is not a bad time for them to try to sneak in.
Am I able to communicate that with them?
Do we not have like a comm system?
There's no way they wouldn't have given you a comm. Yes, you can comm them.
Yeah.
Can people hear me when I'm like full ghost?
They could hear you, but it might be a kind of ghostly, eerie whisper. And since there's pretty loud club music, you think you'll be okay.
then I'd like to communicate that to them.
Okay. So yeah, Mechadinosaur, you get it. You not only can see from the journeyer that it seems okay. Frankie says guards just left.
Let's do this.
All right.
Yeah,
So
let's go.
Mechadinosaurian, you are going to, because of the sort of the ease of combining powers, this will just be another use computers. Oh, also, you have a lot of knowledge points left if you want to put in like this kind of hacking. You know?
Oh sure. How what's the exchange rate?
Knowledge
just
point, it's
1-to-1?
1-to-1 exchange on knowledge. You can't go over 13.
Okay. And I guess this would be Syndicate, right? G Syndicate Security Systems.
Sure.
All right. Let's go up to 4 on that.
Nice. This is the song called Neonflight, actually. This is for you guys.
Okay. So it's what, use computer with this new knowledge and intellect?
Yes.
Okay.
In this case.
15. I'm also just gonna hack the roll again.
Hey, if you can hack it again, you can hack it again.
Roll the 6 again.
Dude!
This never happens.
But if any character should be a good hacker, it's Mechadinosaurian.
That's true.
Hacking it, baby.
Did not help me on that, but that's fine. It's a 20.
20? Excellent. A 20 is actually literally what you require to bypass systems. You came very close last time and didn't make it. This time you do make it. And so sure enough, you are able to kind of loop around that door, and you guys can enter that door right now if you'd like.
Are we ready?
Yeah.
Let's do it. All right, and then I'll open the door and yeah, I guess Triceratops is probably going to be the form I should stay in, so I won't shift into anything else.
Just for easy hacks. So sure enough, the door opens and the other 5 members of the team kind of all rush in. Frankie, you're still invisible, but you're close to them. So you guys are now all in. And Tatiana's like, well, darlings, this is all right. So this place smells worse than I thought. Frankie, wherever you are, I swear if you're taking too many notes and not focused on the mission, whatever. And Baroness Darkness kind of is giving you guys some just kind of, she's just gonna make some like general shadow cover for the rest of you. So Captain Elder says, where is the angel? I can't sense him through this den of iniquity.
Can we find that in the system?
Well, you guys saw where something was going earlier.
Oh, the elevator, the lift,
Yeah,
right?
you believe
Right,
it's
yeah,
up in the penthouse.
The penthouse, yeah.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense for a VIP.
Yeah, aren't angels higher up?
Yeah. All right, ticks a lot of boxes. All right, let's. Are we just gonna ride the elevator up?
The elevator access point is a somewhat... I will say, Mechadinosaurian, now that you're in looking at schematics, there is only one elevator that goes up there. There is,
there
however,
any
an
other way up?
emergency staircase.
All right,
But you would have to hack your way through that. Yeah.
All right.
It's basically, do you want to make 2 hacks at both sides of an emergency staircase, or 1 hack on an elevator that's more public?
Yeah. Just for clarity, just given that we are in a cyberpunk world where augmentation is fairly prevalent,
Totally.
how weird am I? How out of place am I in a regular world?
You are more augmented than most, but you are also a known member of Neonflight. So it's not even so much that you're weird as you're famous.
Fair. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Armin, I can hack the elevator, but I probably, if we want any kind of covert, I probably shouldn't ride it up because I have a feeling that's going to open right into the middle of the penthouse. Or we can try to take the stairs, but it's going to be more, not a whole lot more hacking, but more hacking, more points of failure. But otherwise, I gotta.
I mean, I think we want to. Sounds to me like it'd be better to take the stairs and go quiet if we can. So if it opens, the elevator opens up right away, to kind of limits our options when we get up there.
Sure.
Great.
All
All
right.
right. So, your hacking skills are unparalleled. And now that you have foreknowledge in G Syndicate security systems, you guys are able to. I'm gonna. You know what? Baron Darkness is gonna give you the cover to move, and Ghost Woman is able to scout ahead. So I'm gonna say you guys can get to that, no problem. No rules required to do that. You are a team. Ghost Woman. That being said, would you give me a? Let's see if you have a look. You have look. Oh, 4. Yeah, great. So 4 plus. So you're gonna get a plus 10 on this. This is just gonna be a look 4, vitality 6. This is you just kind of like keeping an eye on the situation, making sure they're not walking into a trap.
Also, question:
Please.
Do angels and ghosts have any kind of overlap on their Venn diagram of stuff that would help me?
Yes, and if you're asking Fernando about that, he will sort of say, angels and devils are. Well, they're more varied than one might think. Some angels are not so nice. Some devils are actually pretty nice, like Cynthia. So, or sorry, Captain Eldridge. So, there's overlap because they deal with what's beyond the veil. You know, we deal with the veil itself and getting people to it.
Am I able to use any of the power to interact with angels the same way as I am with ghosts?
Oh, I see what you're saying. You can. Your power will have some effect on their divine power, yes, but you won't be able to sort of cast them out exactly the same way.
Can I sense them?
Typically, I more sense spirits, but we can try. Yeah, let's tell you what. Let's give it a shot. So he's going to suggest you do that. This will be a will and a contact spirit. So that's you get. So you're going to have a plus 15 on this. I'm going to charge you 1 neon to do this.
Okay.
Because it's just a reach out. So you're going to get 15 plus your roll. 22. Very good. And you are able to sort of reach out, and I will say that with a 22, you can feel a strong presence above. It's honestly, it's a weird sensation of like, oh my god, yeah, that is an angel. And the angel that you feel, you don't get much like persona. It's more just like presence. It's more just like, so you are confident that there literally is an angel upstairs. Except here's what's interesting, Frankie. The 22. You don't think the angel's sensing you necessarily. Something about it all feels a little familiar.
Familiar?
In any event,
Fuck me.
as you've sort
Anyway.
as you've looked around, however, you are confident. Go ahead and do this. You get to add 10 to this. A 16 will be enough for you to kind of, you can mention to them, stop, another guard passes, and they eventually get there. So between Frankie and your girl Baroness Darkness, you guys are able to get to those doors. Mecha Dinosaur hand. Your hacking is amazing. You know what you're doing at this point. But so this time, what I want you to roll
Yeah, what do you want?
is I'm going to let you use computers and your G Syndicate security system still, but this time this is luck instead of
Intellect?
Which is not a huge difference for you, but this is more of like, okay, so we're here. This is more you're hacking and you're like, please have no one, please just have this be an empty stairwell and just have there not be like weird, that kind of vibe.
I'm gonna spend 2 neon to have advantage and negate a critical failure.
Critical failure. Love it. Are you gonna hack again? Third hack's the charm.
Ooh.
You want to save that for later?
I'm gonna save that for the door on the penthouse floor.
Top door. I love it.
Yeah.
Top flight, top door. When you're on the top flight. Hey guys.
All right. Yeesh. So let's see. I'm at
This song I titled
18.
Confessions. I don't know why.
Wait, hang on. But
Oh.
let me throw something on top of this real quick. I gotta remember what these. That's fine. I'm gonna throw the D8 on top of it.
Okay. So in this system, I don't think. Hold on. Yeah, oh, you can only roll one. Yes. So sorry. You have to do the D12 to do multiple. I'm sorry. You're doing it perfect. Continue on. What does that get you to?
20.
20. Oh, you got an 8.
No, I was at 18 is what my roll was, and then I added 2 from the D8.
Sorry, my bad. Yes, wonderful. So
Yeah.
with a 20, you sure enough hack it in, and with a 20, you open onto an empty chamber, and you have deactivated. There's like various like little laser points, and you have momentarily shut those down.
All right. Think we're good for now. Let's get up there and see what's going on. Frankie, you want to take the lead? You're still the quietest of the group.
Oh, no, thank you.
Where are you? So yeah, as you guys kind of move, hover, float up. I'll say, Frankie, at this point, you did spend 5 power and you haven't like messed with anything yet. So I'll say you are still invisible for now. And as you guys sort of get to the top of this thing, you now have another door to hack through, Mechadinosaurian.
Yeah. All right.
Synth Devil says, whatever they are so sorry. Captain Heldridge says, whatever they're using to shield the sword is strong. I don't detect even a hint of it.
I mean, you gotta use a strong shield for a strong weapon, right?
Indeed. Well spoken, my very old friend.
I'm gonna hack the roll.
Heck, this one, and this one will be. There's no luck to this. It's just intellect, use computers,
Sure.
standard thing,
Okay.
and +4 for G Syndicate. Yeah.
I did not get another 6.
Guys, we had our last hack. That was our final hack.
I will spend another 2 luck though to have advantage and negate a failure.
Yeah. Negating the failure, I think, is a very good use of power on important rolls.
Yeah.
I think that's a very nice one to offer.
So there's a 10 there.
Hey.
Roll that again. So that's 13, 23, 28.
You rolled 5 on the final on the second reroll.
Yeah. Well, oh, sorry. I'm adding my use computers and my G Syndicate security systems,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
So then I'm at a 15 plus the 10, so that's 25 plus
Plus
3
5.
is 28.
Oh, plus 3 is 28.
20.
Great. Cool. Love it. Okay, cool. So, 28 is definitely enough to once again shut this down. Now, this time, however, you don't know, like, this door could be opening on something that people are looking at. So you guys can sort of push the door open. Mechadinosaurian, do any of you have sneak?
No.
Okay, then Mechadinosaurian, it's just give me a flat, straight up luck. You add nothing but luck.
Nothing but luck. Here we go. Luckiest person on this channel. I rolled a 10. Hang on. I rolled a 9. 19. 24.
Had you hacked that, you could have rolled again. With a 24, you open it up and you guys are all like bracing, like, and instead you've opened it you're in like a little like kitchenette. But you can see as you sort of walk through, it's open to another place. And so you guys can sort of peek around and you can sort of hover over. And sure enough, no one can see you, but there is a party going on. There are some dancers kind of just like doing their thing. There's a sort of some there aren't really any G Syndicate people around, but there's like a table that has like caviar and champagne and all these very old-fashioned foods and things. And it seems very old-fashioned finery from what you can tell. There is also, you know what? Give me some look rolls here, people. Look and vitality together.
Look and vitality.
22.
22. Armament?
16 for me.
As you sort of glance around, and what'd you have?
14.
Well, 14 is you're sort of seeing stuff, but armament is kind of like, again, between triangulating with the journeyman and just his incredibly advanced senses, he sort of looks in. And armament, you see that there is a box in the middle of the room that is pretty nondescript, but it is Oshiro Prescott. Like, it's the exact same kind of thing that the cloak came out of. So you can tell it's there.
I'm just gonna whisper that in the comms.
Perfect. Whisper that. But you notice something else that is odd.
I whisper that I noticed something else that is odd.
And Ghost Woman, I would say, because you're invisible, you're also... You know what? Because you're invisible, you're 14. We'll get somewhat close. And you're the 2 where this would matter. As you sort of are peeking over, and as armament, as you're sort of looking, you notice that there is like a figure who is glowing gold. He's about 10 feet tall. He has massive wings coming out of his back, and he has these 2 little like horns made of wings coming out of the top of his golden hair. He's incredibly handsome. And you have seen him before.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Where he sort of goes over to this sort of champagne and... Oh, why is it that things are always so delicious for a moment and then they fade? These dancers, they begin to bore me. And a sort of G-syndicate thug will sort of step over and say, well, but you want me to, like, I can tell him to, like, dance more crazy or something. He's, no, there is nothing they can do I have not seen 1,000 times. Oh, I'll get rid of them. I did not say to get rid of them. I simply said I experience ennui. Do you know what this is? He says, no, you gotta use the head? What? Never mind. Just be gone. He sort of goes over to the box and rubs a hand on it and says, oh, so far beneath my talents. Then he kind of glances over. Frankie, I would like for you, as you sort of see him looking at you, you don't have that, you don't have that. Okay, I will tell you though, because it's gonna be reactive to it, I'm gonna let you do ghostly intangibility and will. You won't have to do to a point for this. Just roll this in at 14. 8, not bad. A 22, you're able to kind of like move to the side, but this gentleman, as he's kind of looking over there, sort of pauses and goes, "Oh." He sets down the cigarette and kind of starts walking over to the area where you guys are hiding. Armament and Frankie, you both know that this is happening, that he's kind of coming to investigate here. So what do you all want to do?
He knows we're here. I'm gonna say quietly in the comms. Either if we get out now or deal with it.
And you, I'm gonna sort of hang back in the staircase, but I'll just say, I'm kind of like, you guys sort of blend into the crowd. There's a party going on.
Can I make my armor look like G Syndicate shit?
You maybe could be mistaken for someone in some kind of suit, but Armament and Ghost Woman, you have seen this guy before as a character whom you summoned. You believe that this is, albeit a much larger and fully angelic form, of the Blood from a Stone character Etienne Rene, the angel who was married to Sarah Quill, who committed all sorts of evil atrocities in Blood from a Stone. The fact that he is here That is weird. Does it mean he escaped from that world and came back to this one?
Did in Blood from a Stone, or in sorry, in LLA, did like we, having researched and summoned him, know where Etienne Rene was from originally?
That is something that had not been revealed. However, I would allow you to make, you don't have like analyze or things like that, but I would allow you to use your intellect and your narrative arc.
Perfect. Also, question. So I still have 10 character points remaining.
Great.
On my sheet, it says. Can I put 3 of those in intellect? Or is that just holdover?
Your character points, you can use those for skills.
Those are skills? Okay, great.
They were originally used for the other stuff. Now they're only for skills. Yeah.
Okay, great. Okay, then I'm gonna put 2 of my remaining knowledge points in a narrative arc. Can I do that?
Love that. I love it. Ba-dum-ba-ba-ba. I'm loving
Great,
it.
okay, so it's intelligence plus intellect plus narrative arc.
Mm-hmm. But if you wanted to, you could put points into analyze, and that would go on to this right now.
Well, I already had 4 in narrative arc.
Mm-hmm.
Would that go on top of this skill? Because narrative arc's the knowledge being applied to...
Like, what I'm saying is you have 0 in analyze. So you are making an analyze roll right now.
The analyze roll and narrative arc is also being applied to that.
Exactly.
Gotcha. Okay. Then in that case, I will put 4 in analyze. Yeah.
Sure.
Great. Okay. All right. So, I'm going to also spend, I'm going to spend my d6 to hack the roll.
I love it, guys. It's all about hacking, baby.
Yeah.
That's not a 6, so...
Even so, 8, 9, or 10 will also...
Yes.
Will also for you.
All right, so I will make my... I just need to refresh myself with these here. Yes, so I'm going to make the roll now.
All right.
The hacked roll.
Hacked roll.
That's a 3. I'm going to spend my d4 to re-roll that.
Love it. So first roll the d4. You might get to keep it. You might just
That's
get to
3. I do not get to keep it.
Understood. You also could spend 2 neon to have advantage on this roll and to not have 1 for advantage and 1 to not have the chance of a failure.
Well, I'm just going to spend 1 because obviously there's no way I'd roll 2 1s.
Smash cut 2.
Hubris, I don't know her. It's a higher roll is a 6.
6. Okay.
So, 6 plus 6 for intellect is 12, plus 4 for analyze is 16, plus 6 for narrative arc is 22.
Got to a 20. All right, so you do know from what you knew of Blood from a Stone at that time, from the stories you were able to read of it. You do not know where Etienne is from, but you do know that he was from outside. He was not created for Blood from a Stone. He existed outside of it, and he somehow got pulled into. He got trapped in a dome. He got trapped in a dreadland. You know that. So, it's just, you suspect that he got out. That being said, with your narrative arc, it would make sense, given how Blood from a Stone was created out of the, the sort of your universe, the comic book universe, that he is probably connected to perhaps not even your universe, but something in sort of the term cluster that they all kept using. He's somehow connected to something that has some intrinsic thing to that, some heaven connected to all of this.
Okay. And then I know, and then okay, just one more. I know that like Etienne Rene is his real name, not like
Etienne Rene may not be his angel name, but it is the name that he sort of uses, on
when he's not like in his heavenly domain like in a place
he may
where
have some
words have no meaning and
exactly.
Okay. Okay, in that case, I will. I'll let him. I'll just kind of stay there.
Okay.
and let him come my way.
Etienne sort of walks up. The others all kind of like hijack at the thing. Tati's like, what is he doing? But Etienne kind of rounds the corner. Do you go visible here, Frankie?
Visible?
Yeah.
No.
Understood.
No, I would like to, even though I am not visible, I would like to hide behind armament.
Hide.
Am I close enough to him to?
Oh yeah, for sure. You can sort of be hovering behind armament. And Etienne sort of steps around the corner and looks at you and says, "Bonsoir. I'm not sure that I have seen you on the rounds yet, and you don't look very punk-like to me."
No, I've never been accused of that, Mr. Renee.
You call me Mr. Renee, well now you have my undivided attention, mon ami. You have me at a disadvantage. What is your name?
You can call me Mark.
Mark. Hello, Mark. I suppose that you do not have to call me Monsieur Rene. You can call me Etienne.
Oh, I thought a little respect would go a little bit towards making this a more civil engagement.
It goes a great distance toward it. So I take it you are not with this Grendel Syndicate.
No, far from it.
Finally, something interesting is going on. Guards, dancers, leave me. The dancers are just like, and like the Jesus guy's like, are you sure you don't? He's like, believe me. Do you think I will not be okay? No, he'll be okay. And they all leave. And he says, you can come out, and I can see the aura of someone behind you as well. She is of a ghostly nature. Is this correct? You can reveal yourself, mademoiselle, if you'd like.
Noted.
By the way, have you decided what kind of ghostly thing you have in your face to make yourself mildly creepy? Mm-hmm. Cool. So as you guys sort of step out, do you the rest of you, Mecha Dinosaurian, you're going to decide on behalf of the others. They're all hearing this is going on.
Yeah. I think if he's, I would say based off of if Armament's like stepping out, right? I think then it's safe. Then the rest of us are gonna enter the room.
Okay. He sort of hovers back and says,
Certainly once the guards have all cleared, anyone who might.
You have brought a large contingent with you, but please come in. Do any of you wish for wine, champagne, caviar? Tatiana Temple will just walk over to the table and say, well, I suppose, if you have it here for us, darling, why not? And she'll just kind of, that gets the taste of the Chalamet right out of my mouth. Meanwhile, when Captain Heldritch shows up, Etienne will sort of pause and say, oh, I did not realize I was in such august company. Save it, Angel! He just kind of covers over, and Etienne kind of steps back and says, well, yes, please, come in, my friends. What are you called? He looks at Mecha Dinosaurian.
I'm Mecha Dinosaurian, but if you mean at large, we're Neonflight.
Neonflight. Of this I have heard. Although, then you are Mecha Dinosaurian. Of course, Tatiana Temple, who could forget this face. Yes, darling, of course. Beluga. He kind of says, Baroness Darkness needs no introduction. Oh, your eyes are bewitching. You are not a member, but I know that you are Captain Heldritch, of course. And, charm time, sure. Curse that is. Please. We're all friends here, aren't we? But, Mr. Mark, and what is your name, my dear? Fernando's like, say ghost woman. It'll feel good.
To me or to him?
Tell him you say I'm ghost woman. And be tough when you say it.
Can you repeat the question?
What? Who are you, my dear?
I'm ghost woman.
Ghost woman. Okay.
Oh boy.
I love it so much.
Meanwhile, Tatiana Temple's just like, oh, the champagne's actually not terrible. Yes, they spared no expense for me. Well, my friends, I assume that you have come here to capture the Sword Hellbringer from these naughty syndicate individuals. Is this correct?
In a manner of speaking, but I quite surprised to find you here.
Well, that is intriguing to me, because the name Etienne Rene is one I have used on many occasions, but around these parts not so much, and not in a long time. How is it you know of me, Mark?
I recently spent some time in another universe that was a universe about knowledge.
So not a Dreadland.
No. Are we gonna? Is this has this become a Dreadland?
Believe me, it is not Dreadland. But
Okay.
well, my friends, you have many answers, or many intriguing questions that you raise your presence here. I am very intrigued by what it is you mean by this, but I have a feeling that if you have come here for this weapon, we are about to have a fight. Is that right, ghost woman? Le femme de fantôme. I think that would be good.
Could I just
Femme fantôme. I just didn't need the de. It was femme fantôme.
Did Frankie know you were wrong? Oh no, you were right. Never mind.
Does Frankie speak French?
Yeah.
Then she did.
No, I mean.
But Etienne wouldn't have said it wrong. Le femme fantôme.
Can I ask? I just want to lean over to Tatiana Temple and ask if I now would be an appropriate time to get an autograph, or after the fight.
She then looks at how she's enjoying all the nice food and goes, probably now, actually. She was nearly offended, but then she's like, I suppose I'm no better. Yes, can I just finish? I want to polish off the rest of this. Caspian. Yes, oh, delightful. So you can, he says, it seems like we're going to fight, so there may be questions I never get an answer to.
I mean, we also have we could just I have questions as well. We could trade questions and answers, or we could just
Let us
fight.
trade one question and one answer before the sort of fisticuffs begin. Are you gonna approach for an autograph?
I don't want to use the one question.
You're pretty sure that means he in armament.
Rude, but okay.
Like other people could make a similar deal, is the idea.
I would just like to, slowly push this in front of him.
You are wishing me to sign an infernal contract?
Oh, you can, totally. I don't
No,
know-
he cannot!
Okay, no. Yeah, I don't know all of the
That
rules
is
yet.
obscene.
I was just looking for a signature. Do angels have signatures? Do you have a signature?
You want an autograph?
If that's appropriate now. Or we can do it after, if we're both still alive and...
Well... My signature is not so much an autograph, my dear.
Okay.
He sort of he kind of puts a hand on you and sweeps you. It's like in a French lover prepare to kiss you way. He kind of sweeps you into a glance like that. So if you want to kiss him, you can, but that's how he says, that's how he signs.
Will it be indelible the way that a signature would?
That's up to you.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Then he kisses Frankie. Is his kind of signature. I can't wait to tell Lauren that. And then as he sort of kisses her, and Tatiana goes, so it is a party, darling. All right. He sort of pulls back and says, perhaps you will remember me again if we both survive. He kind of, steps away from her and turns to Armin and says, yes, so we will trade one question apiece.
I mean, one's all we get, it's all we get, but...
Where were you? What kind of place was this that you could learn of other realms?
Was, as far as I understand it, was some kind of nexus created by the Tome of Tales.
I would say Armament would know that it was connected to the Dreamlands as well. Will you?
Oh, okay, yeah. It's like a Dreamland, a nexus, like a Tome, yeah. So then I say, like, as far as I understand it, some Dreamland hub with Tome of Tales, the Tome of Tales that influenced it.
Le magnifique. And you read of me. What was I doing? Where was I? Oh, forgive me.
Well, that's the second question.
I said only one question.
If you want to change the deal,
No.
perfectly.
No. You may ask your question now. Monsieur Marc.
How did you escape Maisie's Dreadlands?
I made a deal with someone more powerful. I was, shall we say, rescued by a rider. A hero. Or villain, depending on your perspective. So, now that we have exchanged our information, shall we fight? Sinzivil says, Captain Heldridge says, yes! And as everyone leans back to punch, that's where we'll end this issue.
Excellent.
So,
I need to ask something just to keep my own brain straight. We didn't come out in neon-soaked, rain-slick streets from hell in Murder Babes, right?
No, you were in the past. But there is an angel in that game as well, and that is actually intentional.
Okay.
Who is that?
I just didn't know if we were going to be if all of our Topflight games now were us busting in on ourselves to fight ourselves.
No. The Murder Babes are back then.
Okay.
Because Nightheart there and all that. Well, very good. Well, thank you all so much for watching. A big cameo, a big villain at the end there. I think, Pierce, did you know when I told Frankie she thought the person was familiar?
Yep.
Some people caught on to that a little earlier. So thank you all so much for watching. This was a lot of fun. Join us on Friday for Blood from a Stone. You can see Dan in that. Probably not Etienne this week, but one never knows.
You never know.
On Sunday, we are back with Strange Lore. On Monday, we are back with more of our exciting Dreamlands game, where if you want to know more about this rider, this Marshal Huntlef, that is Huncheth, so you can't even. I'm going to play it for you in a moment. You're going to be like, this is absurd. Actually, I'll play it for all of you. You can find out about that. And, here's how you say this. Pierce and Dan won't hear this.
Marchog Hunchev.
Marchog Hunchev. That's how that would be pronounced in Welsh.
It sounds
I
pretty
have no idea what's happening right now.
Marchog Hunchev.
There's a mysterious writer that popped into the storyline on Monday. that does seem to be referenced. This seems to be the same character here. Way to not influence the voting, Philip.
As far as you guys know, both of these are researching the Nightmare Rider. Both options in that are researching the Nightmare Rider, as far as you guys know, because that's who you assume sent Betty Bile-Belcher. So
Right, but you know that's not what that is now. That's about going to buy a game company from Dracula.
that actually is true. That is what Kevin has turned that into. All right, so in any case, watch on Monday. Vote for that on our Discord. Go to our Discord. Vote on that. Super fun options. Go to our YouTube to watch old episodes. Go to our wiki to read about how some of the stuff interacts, and there's some issue summary or kind of summaries and explanations there. But we also have full recaps of all the episodes on our Discord. So check all that out. 1 week from tonight, we'll be back with more Topflight Tales. I want to say thanks to everyone for watching. Thanks to everyone in chat. I know we had a very active and fun chat tonight, and some first-time chatters and things. So thank you all so much for participating in this. It's really fun. Dan, Pierce, Aaron, anybody want to plug any things they're up to or doing?
Yeah, what are you up to, Dan?
Tomorrow is the first regular season game of the St. Louis Baseball Cardinals.
Oh, you okay?
Yeah.
Got a Manzukis. Got it.
Well, I'm done, so that's it.
All right. Oh, I know. Okay, I will recommend my Manzukis-ing tonight will be a cyberpunk anime that I recently discovered as referenced. So if you like badass women and you like robots and mech suits and such, I recommend Appleseed. It's pretty solid. That'll be my sort of on theme thing for tonight's game.
Johnny?
Do you know that that Johnny Appleseed really was real but his orchards were specifically just to make alcohol? Like you couldn't eat those apples?
Good for him.
What I will say in response to that is that I am aware of how for much of the early American history, like the only alcohol was apple alcohol.
Well, and you couldn't eat most apples. Yeah. Like they were not edible.
It was all anyone was drinking was cider and apple jack. Was everything.
Yeah.
And then it took a while for it to become like wheat-based things as sort of the more beers. And
cider, I hardly know her.
Okay. All right. On that note, thanks everybody. I can't say that it was too much. Thank you all for watching. Until next time. Etienne will sign your lips if you'd like him to as well. And have a top night.